Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking in and thank you for always coming back to watch my videos. So you guys, this video I'm excited about it because I've not done this kind of video on my channel before. So this video is about hotel investment here in Nigeria, about hotel construction here in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. So if this kind of content sounds like something interested in, then you definitely need to keep watching. And yeah, you guessed right. This hotel is one of my husband's current projects going on, and this project actually kick-started in December last year. And so far so good, they have gotten to the roofing stage, and in a very short time my husband will be telling us how much it costs to build this project from foundation to the roofing stage that it is now. You know, hotel business is evergreen. Like, the money comes like money making machine, obviously, if you have a good management. So you guys, you got to stick on to this channel because very soon this hotel will be functional. And it's a 4-star hotel. In fact, it's intended to be one of the best hotels here in the Port Harcourt city in Nigeria. I think I'm talking too much. In fact, let's just jump right into the video.
First of all, the land in which this hotel is being built measures about 787 square meters.
Okay.
Now, the hotel we are supposed to fit in here, in fact, the hotel we fit in here measures about 412.4 square meters.
That's the size of the entire building.
This floor area.
Okay, the floor. Okay.
The floor area of the hotel. Now, the first challenge we faced was when we were still doing the design, how to fit the drawing into the land. Because if you watch, you will see that the land is very irregular. So we tried and did all we could do, all the mathematics we did, and finally we were able to save some space, fit it in, and still have some parking space. Now, after that, the next thing that came into play was the soil test.
Okay.
When the soil test results came out, we saw that the foundation must, because of the bearing capacity of the soil, that's very low.
Okay.
The recommendation was that our foundation has to be at least 2 meters deep.
Okay. 2 meters deep.
Yes, 2 meters. Now, when we thought about that and the huge cost of sinking a foundation 2 meters deep and casting 1 foot thickness from ground to the top, we now thought of how to make good use of it.
Okay.
So we decided to create a basement.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So if you look where you see that the basement now is what we use to create some offices, some security, CCTV camera, TV, server room, and storage. Okay. And of course the changing room for the male and female staff of the hotel. And finally we also have a laundry down there. Okay. Now, this is one thing that made the client happy, because he was initially thinking we're going to just waste that space and fill it with sand, which would have taken more money to do. Yeah. But we now did it just and cast the foundation. It was now like hollow, and make good use of it. Okay. Now, the implication of this is that we had to go higher than 2 meters. Okay. Our foundation is now measuring 2.4 meters. Oh, okay. All right. So now that extra casting is now what we use to make up for the headroom under there. Yeah. Yeah. Now, from foundation to the DPC upon which we are standing now of this project took more than 20 million naira. I know that seems huge, right?
Yeah, it is.
But it was because of the kind of things we saw inside the ground. Okay. So when we started the work, everybody was looking dry. Okay. But the excavator started, and when he got to a certain point, we saw huge amount of water. Okay. And we noticed that this place was just a swamp. Yeah. Now when we were asking questions, we were told that this place was just waterway before. Okay. Okay. So the water is still underground. Oh. So the whole place was marshy and swampy. Then that's when the work really started. So after the excavation, the problem was now how to seal off the water to start with. So we had to try several things that we tried. Some of them didn't work, some of them worked a little, and we got back to drawing board. By the end of the day, we had to find a way to grind the floor, and by the end of the day, the water ceased to a reasonable level. Okay. Then the main work started. Now, the main work now was to fit in the iron rods, which we did double matting for the floor. Okay. Double matting for the floor. That's like when you're doing when you're preparing the decking. But instead of doing only one mat, we now do one, then we have separation of 75 mm and another mat.
Okay.
So this is what we did, because we need to achieve at least 1 foot of casting from that ground. Now, the road it took to do that, we spent more than 7,000 we put in more than 7,000 12 mm rods on that ground.
Wow. More than 7,000?
Yes. And up to 3,000 10 mm rods, which we used as the risers.
Okay.
For the 12 mm rods to run.
Okay.
Now, by the end of the day, the quantity of cement that went in there was we used 1.5 trailer loads of cement, which is about 1,350 bags of cement. Now, another thing that's entered hugely is the chippings and sand.
Okay.
We used like 10 trips of 30 tons of chippings. Then, of course, we got 15 trips of sand. That's the 30-ton size of it. Okay, all these, the quantity of material that we used are just because of the nature of the land and the kind of foundation we did.
Okay.
Actually, here we use the raft foundation.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that can carry the kind of load we are giving to it here.
Okay.
And finally, when we came to DPC had to be treated like another decking, which was just not just decking, but another double matting. So we had to mat twice and use the horseshoe to raise it and then cast. So by the end of the day, the thickness of this our DPC is also 1 foot.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's nice.
Yeah, that is to ensure that there is no fear, even as we are going up. No matter how many floors we go, we are sure there is no shaking.
Okay.
Now, after the DPC was achieved, we had a kind of rest of mind. We celebrated our success and, of course, went on the drawing board for the next stage. The next stage was now easier than what we saw before. Actually, the foundation, from that foundation to DPC, took us more than 2 months to achieve. And that was actually where the work was. And as soon as we came to DPC, it was like, thank God we made it.
Yeah,
then the main work now started.
Okay.
In a nutshell, this project from foundation to this DPC we are standing took us more than 20 million naira to achieve.
Okay.
Now, after that was achieved, the next thing was now to move into the main construction of the building.
Yeah.
That is okay. Let me just say main, because that one we did actually is more important than these other ones. Now we went into the block work.
Okay.
Now the block work of this building, from the DPC to decking level, took us about 6 million naira to achieve.
6 million? The block work?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, that's actually because, number one, the size of our pillars.
Okay.
Number two, we had to change the building around. Number three, the blocks we used are so many because of the main demarcations we had to bring out from the building.
Okay.
Yeah, all these things, and you know, whenever there is casting, of course, there are whenever there are columns and beams, there are pillars.
I can see a lot of beams.
Exactly. So those are the things that took the money. So by the end of the day, we were able to achieve this and then move to the next level.
Okay.
Now at this stage, every other thing is fast. So you see that this stage took us less than a month to achieve, because it was faster, because it was just block work, cast, block work, and before you know it, we were at the decking level.
Okay.
Now the first decking of this project took us about 7 million naira to achieve. Now, when you look at it, you may ask, is it not the same space that you cast on the ground? Yes, but this one was now single matting. Okay. And again, the thickness of the deck is half of the thickness we did on the ground floor.
Okay.
So that is why it took us less than that to achieve.
Okay.
Now, after the decking was achieved,
like how many bags of cement did you guys use to in the first decking? Yes. Okay,
the first decking took about 430. It was less than 440. Okay. Because we bought half trailer load for that, and it remained a few bags of cement.
Okay.
So about 400 or something. is what we used.
Okay. Well, let me just take you back a little. What about the casting of the foundation, the raft foundation, everything about the foundation? Like how many bags of cement?
Everything about the foundation took 1,350 bags of cement to achieve.
Wow, that's a lot.
That was like 1.5 trailer loads of cement.
Okay, all right.
So after that, the block work of the first floor started. Now the block work, as I have said, it doesn't take as much as the decking, but because of how huge the project is, the costs are normally close. So after this one took us 6 million, the next one was about 6.5 million or so, because normally we know that in a project the cost goes up as you are going higher.
Okay.
Because of two things. Now the labor charge, for instance, to carry block increases, and some of the laborers, some of the workers don't like heights. So the people that can work on higher grounds will actually have to add one or two things as they're going up.
Yeah.
So that's just the way
it's normal. Yeah.
So that is the reason, as we are going up, the price
increases.
Increasing.
Yeah.
So the first floor took us about 6.5 million naira to achieve, and this includes everything we did with the columns, the lintels, and the block work itself. Okay. And again, it also includes the casting of the lift, because we actually have an elevator.
Yeah.
And you know that the thing that houses the elevator is being cast from ground to the top.
Yeah. So
that is all it took to get to that level.
Okay.
For the second floor, it took us approximately 7 million to achieve the block work. Okay. And as I've said, that's also because of the increments as we're going up. The higher you go, the higher the prices to achieve that. And of course, the block work took approximately the same quantity of blocks to achieve. Okay. Because after the market, say that if there are the same number of rooms here, that is what you get in the next one, then of course the quantity of block is going to be the same as you're going. Yeah. So we used about 6,500 blocks in
each level.
Yes.
Wow.
Now the only thing that started changing from the second decking is the size of the rods we used for the pillars, for the columns.
Why is that?
Because the house is structured such that as you're going up, the load is reducing. Okay. And there will be no need to continue using the same reinforcement you used on ground floor. Okay. So ground floor and first floor, we use 20 mm rods. As we got to the second floor, we now use 16 mm rods for the columns. Okay. As we got to the third one, 16 mm until we finished. Okay. And so that's how it was. Okay. So after that, we now moved to the third decking of the building. Okay. The third decking of the building took about 7.5 million or a little above that to achieve. Wow. We actually tried to manage a few things to see how we can get it done. You know, at that stage, it was actually difficult for us to achieve because the casters wanted some money to be added to their fee. You know, but we had to negotiate and come to terms with a few things and increase a little. You know, and all these things we're doing because we already have our mixer, concrete mixer here. Yeah. So we told them we are paying for the mixer, it's our own, and we are paying the person operating it. So your own is just to carry up. So that helps us to bring down cost in a few ways. Now, after the third decking was the block work. After the decking was not the block work, and we had to do that block work just as we did the other ones, because at that level, second level and third level are just the same number of rooms. Everything is just identical. Okay. So that's why it didn't take us something different to achieve. It's just a little because of the extra level we had to go. Yeah. So by the end of that, the next thing was now the roof. But now there's a way we structured the roof. Part of the roof is decking. Part of it is roof. Okay. Sheets. Okay. And there's actually a reason for that. Number one, we didn't want our water tank to be
very visible. Yes.
So we want it to be covered. Yeah. So that made us to have a water tank inside. In fact, we had to build a kind of house to house it. Yeah. Now inside that place, we had to treat that place such that every water that touches down flows through a pipe downstairs. Okay. Now this is this is what we started from ground floor. In fact, from DPC, we put in all our pipes, and those pipes continued till we got to that floor.
Okay.
So that's just to show that we had to put a lot of planning in place before we even started.
Yeah.
So you are thinking of the roof when you are still doing the
DPC. Yeah.
Now, that's not just it. We had to also separate the tanks. We had 2 tanks here and 3 tanks here. That's just to balance the weight, so that the weight of the building wouldn't go one side.
Correct.
Now, after that, the places we decked, we consider that at some point, somebody may want to, maybe somebody may launch here and just want some quietness. Doesn't want the sound and disturbances. Can just go up there. We intend to have some relaxation chairs all over strategic points there, where someone can just go and relax and forget his problems. We intend to tank that place, use this felting material such that water will not sink into whatever water that touches there, of course, we also have our pipes connected. We flow through the pipes to the ground. So that's how we structure the building.
Okay.
So part of the roofing that we decked took us between 4.5 to 5 million to achieve. Ordinarily, if it was ground floor, it wouldn't have taken up to that. But you know, when someone will carry this material from ground floor, climb the first stairs, second, third, fourth, to get to that roof. In fact, I felt for those guys. So finally, it took us about 4.5 million to achieve
the decking of the roof. Okay.
Now, the part that is roofing sheet, we did it a kind of flat roof, so that from ground floor you will not be seeing the roof.
Nice.
So that made us to think there's no point using stone coated roof tiles. So we went for Metrocopo, which is another good quality roofing sheet that is better than long span.
What's the thickness of the Metrocopo you guys used?
The one we are using is 0.05.
Okay, 0.05.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And the normal stone coated roof tile is 0.055, and some of them is also 0.05.
Okay.
So by the end of the day, you see that you're getting the same result by doing that.
Okay.
Now, that roofing sheet and the woodwork that was done took us roughly about, the woodwork was about 500,000.
Okay.
While the roofing sheet itself, the buying of the sheet is almost 550,000. So by the time we finish the work, the roofing sheet and the woodwork will take between 2.5 million or less to achieve.
Okay.
So finally, this project from foundation, that is the raft foundation we did, to the roofing, which we are completing now, took us about 120 million to achieve.
120 million?
Yes.
Wow, that's huge.
In Naira.
In Naira. Okay. That's good. That's good. It's good that you guys were able to, looking at the whole project, the quality is okay, the beams, and, very neat job. Well done, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you again for your time and for, helping me to make this video. Stay blessed and you guys enjoy the rest of the day. So you guys, if you watch this video to this point, thank you so much, and you are the real MVP. So as I said before, this hotel is intended to be one of the best hotels here in Port Harcourt City, and you guys watch this space because very soon this hotel will be functional, and I'll be showing you guys the finished job when this project is finished. So if you enjoyed this video up to this point, feel free to give it a thumbs up, share this video. You don't know whom you'll be helping. Share this video, comment, and thank you so much for your support. And again, have you subscribed to my membership yet? If you have not, please do so. Thank you so much and stay blessed.